Intro to ASL, Lesson 23. Jobs. Job or work. You are going to make two S hand shapes. Your non-dominant hand is going to be palm down on the bottom, and then the wrist of your dominant hand is going to tap twice on top of the wrist of your non-dominant hand. Work or job. The agent or person marker. You might remember this from signs like student and teacher. It is two open B hand shapes, palms facing each other, moving downward. We're going to use that a lot, but not for every sign in this lesson. Worker. Work plus the agent marker. Worker. Grow up. You're going to start your hand on top of a child's head and move it up as they grow up. Grow up. Grow up. Become. All right, this sign is a little bit tricky. You are going to make two open B hand shapes. Your non-dominant hand will be palm up with your fingers pointing towards your dominant side, okay? So I'm right-handed, so my left hand is palm down and my fingers are pointing towards the right. Your dominant hand is going to go palm on top with your fingers pointing the opposite direction. Okay, pretty easy so far. Now you are going to twist your hands and they're going to flip upside down while they twist. So my non-dominant hand is now on top and my dominant hand is now on bottom. Dominant hand on top, non-dominant hand on bottom, twist and turn, become. Become. When, so your dominant index finger is going to start on top. It's going to move forwards and come around and land on top of your non-dominant index finger again. When I grow up, I want, become. When I grow up, I want to become artist. All right, if you remember the sign for art, and make that little squiggle down your hand and add the agent marker. Artist. Boss, you're going to make a C hand shape like this and tap it to your dominant shoulder. Boss. Same for supervisor and same for coach. Bus driver. So for bus, you're going to make two B hand shapes, turn them palms in. Your non-dominant hand is going to be on the bottom and your dominant hand is going to tap twice on top of it. Bus. Bus. For driver, you're going to sign drive and add the agent marker. Bus, driver. Bus driver. Computer. All right, there are three different signs for computer. The first one is with two 25 hand shapes moving simultaneously in circles like this. Go same direction. Computer. The second sign is making a fist with your non-dominant hand and a C hand shape with your dominant hand. It is going to start near your wrist and move back towards your elbow twice. Computer. Computer. The third sign is taking a C hand shape and tapping it to your head. So first, computer. Second, computer. And third, computer. Good. Computer programmer. This is a sign that you'll just spell. So you can sign computer computer, computer, and then spell programmer. Dentist, 2 signs. The first one is with an A hand shape. Turn it so the back side of your hand is going to be facing your face, and tap it to your jawline twice. Dentist, dentist. The second sign is in the same place, but with a D hand shape. You're going to tap your fingertips to your jaw. Dentist, dentist. So dentist or dentist. Electrician. You're going to make 2 bent X hand shapes, and these parts of your fingers are going to tap together. Electricity, electrician, electrician. Engineer, 2 Y hand shapes with your thumbs together. Your dominant hand is going to wiggle up and down, moving at the wrist. So, engineer. But for engineer, like the jaw, you're going to add the agent marker. Engineer, engineer. Farmer, gonna make a 5 hand shape. Start it on the non-dominant side of your jawline and slide it across your face. Farm, farm, and the agent marker makes farmer, farmer. Grocery store, food, store, worker. It's a grocery store worker. Food, store, worker. Food, store, worker. Lawyer. Your non-dominant hand is going to be flat, palm out. With your dominant hand, you're going to make an L hand shape. And you're going to tap your palm to the top of your fingers and then down to the bottom of your hand. Law, law, lawyer, lawyer, lawyer. Letter. So you're going to use your hand like an envelope. Return address goes here, mailing address is here, and stamps go right here by your index and middle fingers. So you're going to pretend to lick the stamp on your thumb and put it right where the stamp goes, over your index and middle fingers. Letter, letter, and then for mailman or mailwoman, you're going to sign letter, and then man, or letter, and then woman. Mailman, mailwoman. Preach. You're going to make an F hand shape and turn it so your palm is facing upwards. Put it a little bit over your shoulder right here, and then it is going to move back and forth with a little twisty wrist motion. Preach. Preach. Minister or preacher. You're going to sign preach and then add the agent marker. Minister, preacher. Musician, sign music and add the agent marker. Musician, musician. Painter. So a little bit different from artist. You're going to use a U hand shape and move it up and down in a brush stroke pattern on your hand. So paint, painter, painter. Policeman or cop. You're going to make a small C hand shape or a modified X hand shape. And you're going to tap that onto your non-dominant side of your chest. And it's like where a policeman, cop, or a sheriff would wear their badge. Policeman, cop. Secretary. So for secretary, you're going to make a pinched G hand shape like you're holding a pencil. And you're going to make a squiggle across your hand or sign pen. And then the agent marker. Secretary. 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 Accountant. For this sign, you can imagine an abacus where you're moving the beads. You're going to take an F hand shape and slide a couple of beads over, make some calculations, and then sign the agent marker. Accountant. Accountant. Teacher. Teach. Teach. Teacher. Teacher. Waiter or waitress. You're going to put both your palms up like you're balancing two large plates on top of your hands. Give them a little wiggle as you balance them. And then use the agent marker. Waiter or waitress. Writer. So for writer, you're going to draw two little squiggly lines of text. And then the agent marker. So with the pencil hand shape, write, write, agent marker. Writer. Writer. Architect. One sign for architect is the same as engineer. Engineer. And then you could spell to be more specific. Architect. Or I have seen the sign with two A hand shapes. Your thumbs are going to start together. They're going to move out a little and then go down. Architect. Architect. Army or military. You're going to make two A hand shapes. You're going to turn them with your palm in, your dominant hand above your non-dominant hand. And you're going to tap them to the non-dominant side of your body, like you are holding a gun or a gun is strapped over your shoulder, something along those lines. Army, military. Marine. I have to fix the color of my shirt there. Marine. So you are going to make a C hand shape and slide it across your neck. Marine, like the collars that they wear in the Marines, or you can spell it. Marine. There we go. Air Force. Sign airplane, military. Airplane, military. Air Force. Business. You're going to make two B hand shapes. Your non-dominant hand is going to sit palm down. Your dominant hand is going to start near your wrist, slide down to your fingertips, and back to your wrist a couple times. Business. Business. Counselor or advisor. So you're going to do a flat non-dominant hand shape and a pinched O hand shape, and it is going to spread out as it slides across your hands. Counselor or advisor, counsel or advise, and you're going to add the agent marker. For more specifics on that word, you can look back at the school words lesson. So counselor, advisor. Dancer. You're going to make a floor with your non-dominant hand palm up and a upside down two hand shape to be the legs of your dancer. Hover them up above your floor and swing them back and forth. Dance. Dancer. Dancer. Mechanic. For mechanic, you're going to make a 1 or G hand shape with your non-dominant hand, and you're going to latch a V hand shape around it like a wrench of some kind, and you're going to slide it down and up. Kind of a slight twisting motion, not twisting your finger, twisting around your finger. Like to tighten something. Mechanic. Mechanic. Psychiatrist. So if you remember the signs for doctor or doctor and nurse, psychiatrist is in the same place on your wrist, but with a P hand shape. Your middle finger is just going to tap your wrist twice. Psychiatrist. Psychiatrist. Fireman or firewoman. So you're going to make a B hand shape and tap it to your forehead twice. It's like the front part of a fire helmet. Good. Interpreter. 2 F hand shapes. Your dominant hand is going to move up and down. Interpret. Interpreter. Adding the agent marker. Interpreter. Interpreter. YouTube. So you're going to make a Y hand shape. You're going to make a flat hand shape with your non-dominant hand and turn it so your palm is facing your dominant side. You're going to start with a Y at the top of your fingers. You're going to move it forwards, and then as you move it down and back and reach the bottom of your hand, you're going to change it into a T and bring it back up to the top. YouTube. Or maybe just YT, or to spell it completely, YouTube. YouTube star. So for star, we're going to use the sign famous. We're going to do 2 one-hand shapes. Point them towards your mouth on your chin, and then flip them out in a slightly circular motion. Famous. Famous. Or just a phew. Famous. Do you want to become YouTube famous? And then we're just going to go back real quick. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Look at all the words that you just learned. So now, sign a sentence. Say, when I grow up, I want to become, and then add the job that you want either from the list or go and look up on an ASL dictionary what job you might want to have in the future. All right, good work. See you guys later.